There we go. Hello, and how is everybody doing on this fine Saturday evening? Hopefully, the answer is kick-ass. Yep, it's another one in the books. Shatterdaze number, who the fuck knows, because it's a long one. I don't keep count. But it's good to have you with us once again. Shit's been going okay. It's always nice to have someone to smoke with. Especially when I don't actually hang out with anybody. For the most part, I've just decided to give up on society as a whole, so get to still hang out. Hopefully you guys are doing well. We got our buddy Ziggy here with us. It wouldn't be right without a Ziggy tonight. But yeah, shit's been going okay. Ganja Game Nights has been going pretty well. Getting schooled on some Samarost. Yeah, shit's been okay. It is what it is. It snowed again here in Denver, so it kind of fucked up my gardening plan. A shitload of sprouts, little tiny sprouts going. Just trying to be positive. Keep on and on. More music in the works. Hopefully everyone out there staying busy. Something to keep their mind on. I officially got my first vaccine. That's good. So I'm halfway vaccinated. I don't know if I'll say back to normal or what, but you know, we're getting closer. Yeah. All right. So let's grind up some nuggage and get to it. There we go. We got ourselves some green crack. Gonna roll up a blunt. And you're gonna smoke it with me, goddammit. All right. Little Smoky, what up? Not much yet. About to get blunted up, which is always a good start. I just ate so much food. I just made a really big pasta, hemp rigatoni with hemp sauce pasta, because of course I did. And it turned out pretty good. And then I just got my new chocolate candy machine, which will be used here shortly on the Ganja Gourmet, or whatever I happen to call my cooking show, which will be coming out shortly. Just getting my chocolatier going on. So I had to eat a whole bunch of chocolate too. So quite full, ready to blaze up and get rid of that uncomfortable full feeling, which smoking always seems to help. So other than that, just hanging out with the cats, playing music, trying to stay sane. Usual. More fucking work than it's worth in life. Liam, long time no see. Hey ho, sup? Hey ho, Pippin Dandy. That's my motto. Hey ho, Pippin Dandy. It's one of those hey ho, Pippin Dandy moments. Good, man. I hope you're doing well as well. Yeah, Ziggy, you gotta go. Oh, too full to have a cat on my lap right now. All right. So, I don't know about you, but my favorite thing to do when I'm uncomfortably full is to smoke as much as I can to get rid of that feeling. Sup, ZZ? He's ZZ Top. He's the Ziggle Me Timbers. I didn't realize how popular Ziggy was as a name for cats and dogs. I've now met a dog with the name Ziggy. I've met like 3 cats named Ziggy. He's the first. And when I say he's the first, I mean he's also the oldest. That cat's like about to be 18 years old, and he's always had the same name. So there you go. Liam, I heard the loudspeaker got hacked in Colorado. Was that near you? I didn't hear that. Fortunately, I know there was a bunch of protests and stuff going on today and shit like that here in Denver, but I stayed at home with the dog because it's my Shatterdaze and tried to clean up a little bit. I should be more active, but I am just not. Mouthful of leaves. Mouthful of flour. Like, no joke. All right. Whoops. All right, let's do some rollage. I gotta lick the shit out of these hemp ones. All right, and we're good. Other than the fact that I just feel like I ate half that. All right. Whoo, and that tea is way too hot. All right. Let me grab some water to wash all this mouthful of pot I just got down. Liam, they used one of those weather warning war announcement systems or whatever they're called, which is fucked up and freaky, but might I add, to do. All right. It's kind of weird. I'm showing that there's nobody in the group right here on my end. So I'm not sure. I'm guessing there's somebody here because people are talking, but my computer's messing up. Yeah, I got nobody in here, but that's all right. We'll smoke with you anyway. I'll smoke with all of you, Liam. Let me get some water. Liam, I'm here. Well, this is why I do it for all my loyal fans. Liam, that's you. All my loyal fan. That's how we do it. That's okay. Like I always say, I'd rather have one fan that I actually, a good, loyal friend than, a couple hundred bots or something. Few days to 420. What's the plan? So my 420 plan is to do a show. That's all I have planned. I don't think I'm going to be doing a game because it's Ganja game nights. 420 lands on a Tuesday, which would be a game night game. So maybe I'll do like an extra long double whammy for 420 where I'll do a Shatterdaze type 420 stream in the day until 420, take a break, and then do like a night one or something like that. I'm thinking. I don't know. I also am going out of town afterwards. Shit. That just reminds me I need to call my work and make sure they know I'm going out of town. But yeah, so yeah. There we go. Anyway, otherwise, just hanging out. A friend of mine said he wants to stop by for a little bit before I do my show, which would be nice. Except for I'm so close to being vaccinated. I'm like, I wish I would have gotten vaccinated before 420 or whatever. And I don't even know his status. So, but it is what it is. I'll have to catch it afterward unless you're on early. I'm back to work full time and needs my sleep. Yeah, no shit. What time is it for you right now? Probably like fucking 12:30 or some shit like that, 1 in the morning. So I feel ya. I will do an early show. When it's 420 here, I'm not sure what time it is for you, but we'll do one. All right, well, cheers. All right. It'd be 11:20 here, I think. Hey, it's better math than I did. But yeah, that'd be awesome. Sounds like a plan to me anyway. Otherwise, I'll catch you on the flip-flop later on. Like I said, I might do a double thing and do an early 420 stream and then do a game night because I wouldn't mind getting more Samrost down. I like Ganja game nights. It's fun. I feel like a lot of people do Ganja game or do game streams for whatever reason. That's the main time I play video games, so it's like kind of an excuse to do so. You know what I mean? So I don't mind it. It's good times, good fun. What's crackling? Some crackling noises over here. I just got a new electronic tabletop drum set over here. hold on to a drumstick. Nice. Now you can boom to bad jokes. Yeah. What would that be? Yeah. So good times. I am a terrible drummer. Also, I'm kind of in a weird position. But yeah. Too much fun. Yeah. So I figure now I can even better write some drum parts for the things I've been doing. I haven't the coordination at all for drums, says Liam. Kudos to anyone with the patience for it. So it is, in my opinion, it's the hardest for me to pick up because it's the most foreign. You know what I mean? It's one of those ones where you almost have to really like move to feel it. And of course, I turn on the bongos, but. Is there Liam, is there any similar Rocksmith game that you could use that with? So here's the unit that I got. Ooh, a lot of chords. So put it sideways. But it's a little tabletop unit. Really awesome. It was actually quite cheap. It was like $100. Mick, yo. So I've had acoustic drums before in this house, and the cats fucking hate them, and the dog hates them. Real drums drive fucking animals insane. Liam, does it have inbuilt speakers? And it does. So without being plugged in, and then I have it plugged into all my stuff out there. So I can play it throughout all my shit. And then it's got 2 kick drums down here. So you can... Not the best kick drums, I will say. But... So this whole thing's $100. I've found replacement kick drums that are really nice. They look like real drum ones, but they're $89 a piece. So that's like, you know, $180 or whatever, $200, let's say, of shipping. That costs more, almost double what the whole unit's worth. But eventually I want to get those sweet bass drum pedals so I can do more double bass stuff. I have tons of music stuff that it can hook up with. I use Fruity Loops, which is a bit outdated, but still what I use. And you can use this as a MIDI controller. So I can make this sound like anything I want. A piano, a fucking emulated bass or guitar, or hundreds of different drums done. Liam, $100 was a bargain. Honestly, and it's on Amazon. Was it a Pile PTE DO1? Yeah, I think it was like 120, $130 with shipping, somewhere in there, maybe. So not too bad. So like you said, is there any game that used to have it? So I don't know if you ever played, what is there, if any of you guys ever played Rock Band. There's Rock Band and Guitar Hero. There was a Guitar Hero that I bought, and it was late. It was right when everyone stopped playing, which sucked, because I used to have a lot of fun with everyone playing those stupid games. Nick, Pile is pretty good as a company, which is, you know what, with this, I have nothing but good things to say about this. For what I'm doing, it's perfect. Devin, what's going down? So, the game Rock Band and the game Guitar Hero World Tour is what I bought. I bought World Tour, and it came with a drum set, 2 guitars, and a microphone, and like the whole set. Nick, hippie drum circle time. Yeah, this is definitely, you can change what it sounds like. That's like picking it out there. Anyway, Devin, I miss Guitar Hero. Robert Riggs sounds good. So, I mean, what this is so perfect for me. So, okay, so back to Guitar Hero. I bought Guitar Hero World Tour, and that game was one of the later games to come out with it. And by that time, all my friends quit playing, and I quit hanging out with all my friends because we all grew up. But it came with that drum set, right? And I remember I was such an idiot when I got that game. I remember like wanting to get good at the drums before I played it with anybody. So I let everyone else play the drums, and I wouldn't play it. And I never played it, to the point where like I just, like, again, everyone stopped playing, quit hanging out. And so it sucks. Robert, can you record on it? You can. You can record on both in here. So you can like start here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And then. So you can kind of record a single loop. It won't keep playing it as far as I know. But I can. There's a thing I look up. There's a thing that I look up to hippies for. Like, they always seem to be happy and at ease. They look like they have everything figured out, even when they don't. Hey, I don't know. I don't know too many hippies unless you consider me a hippie, and then I'm probably a pretty good candidate right now with what I'm wearing and playing drums. So can you record with it? You can record with this, Robert. But back full circle to my story here. Guitar Hero, World Tour, bought it, drum set, never played it, friends quit playing it. I kind of put it in the fucking closet. All right. A year or two later, I was playing a lot of drums with I have this little keyboard here. This here is what I wrote a lot of my drum parts on the albums I did. Very rough drum parts, were these little pads here. Shit like that. And then play the keyboard. It was fun. This thing's fun. A lot of music has been written on these stupid little, what are they? Yeah, the MPK minis. Probably the most popular MIDI controller around. It's, again, maybe $100. Comes with a drum pad and a keyboard. So, and it's perfect to fit like with your laptop and shit. So I'm playing a lot of drum parts with these little pads. And at some point, I'm thinking, how much better would this be if I had a set of drumsticks? And I'm looking at that fucking Guitar Hero Rock Band thing. The drum set's huge, though. I mean, for a toy, you know, for a video game controller, it's really big. I wish it was still working because the pedals would be great. But it's really big, so I have this thing. Robert, can you use it with Rocksmith? It's a great question. Maybe. Not Rocksmith. No, not Rocksmith. Rock Band and Guitar Hero, you might be able to use this for those old games because it's just a MIDI controller, but the buttons probably won't be right. So I would have to say no on that one. But reverse engineering that idea, I was looking at that the Guitar Hero drum set, and I'm like, I wonder if I can make that into my MIDI controller. And back in the day, I ended up looking up this program. So, I mean, this is how hard I made it for myself. I would look up this program that you have to install, and then like, it was hard as fuck for me. I'm not super computer literate, and at the time I was even less so, but it would turn your Guitar Hero, you could do the controller or the drum pad, and it would change it into a MIDI controller, and you could record onto your Fruity Loops. So I kind of did that, but I don't have room for that fucking thing, so it kind of ended up in the closet again. But always in the back of my mind is if I get my studio back up and going, I can hook up this little MIDI drum set. It's a Guitar Hero drum set, and I could do that now. Buy one of those Guitar Hero drum sets for probably like $20-$30 used, and hook it up with in a way to make it recordable. So anyway, I threw that shit in the closet. It fucking stayed there so long that the cords like just turned to dust and broke. It's fucked. It's destroyed. When I wanted to kind of think about using it again. And then I'm like, well, shit. So my acoustic drums are too loud. The fucking cats flip the fuck out. Oh, shit, it's Kenzie. Hello, Kenzie. Hello. Hopefully you are doing well. Then Nick, I used to have the Guitar Hero Nintendo DS with the funky add-on that you put on the side, which is kind of cool. Honestly, I think that's kind of neat. I probably would have been someone to play that because I like Guitar Hero. I did. And that's why Rocksmith is still a good game. Then the drumming, God, I wish I would have played the drumming to Guitar Hero because really, that is the most accurate to teaching you something. All the spots are in the right place. You know, you got your snare, you got your cymbals and shit like that. And it's teaching you to keep a real beat and play real with the game. So that was great. And I wish they would come out, or, you know, I should just get that game again and buy a used one and like get really good at that. And that'd be great for my electronic drum playing. It actually is a good practice and teaching lesson. But anyway, so I had to put away my drum set because the cats hated it, and it was a little bit too loud, you know, fucking, not just for neighbors and shit, just, it was very loud for this small little place I'm in. So I'm thinking, okay, I want to get an electronic drum set, but I have friends who have those, and they're kind of loud, first off, and they're kind of huge. They're fucking big. Nick, eBay, here we come. Yeah, those cheap Guitar Hero games. Honestly, I don't think they're a bad idea for practicing drums shit. the most accurate game up until Rocksmith. Anyway, so I'm on the market for electronic drums, and I'm thinking to myself, fuck, more than anything, I don't have any room anymore. I got like the whole setup here, the whole setup here, grow room. I mean, I'm packed on room. So I was just going to Amazon or some shit looking at electronic drums, and I saw this tabletop one. And I was kind of thinking of most of the tabletop drum sets like this are like rollout pads, and they're really cheap, and you can't record with them, and they're not MIDI controllers. These are all things that I need. This one I found has all of those. It fits when I'm not doing one of these shows. It fits right here on this table. Perfect. So I'm literally right here looking like it's totally normal. Robert, they was a lot of fun. Fucking that drum set, I really regret not playing it. I had a weird thing where I didn't want to look like an idiot in front of my friends or something. I just didn't want to suck at the drums because a lot of them were really good at Guitar Hero. But that was stupid because the only way to get good is to play. And I ended up buying that huge thing, never playing it. It was a huge waste of money and time. Kind of sucked, but it did eventually lead me down this path of realizing that you can make a MIDI controller. So on my Fruity Loops on my computer over here I have set up, turn on this fan. All my amps have all their fans going on. I just need that one. On my Fruity Loops on the computer, I have Addictive Drums, which is a drum sampling program. So it has a virtual drum set on there, and I have like 10-20 different drum sets, and they can be tweaked an infinite amount of ways. So you can make damn near any drum set. I mean, it's old dated software, but it's still not bad, and it's still a couple $100. So this is what the unit comes with, are these sounds, and I'm going through them now. You can kind of I guess where's the kit? But anyway, there's a bunch of preset kits. There we go. But anyway, so there's 50 preloaded kits in here. They kind of sound similar. Bass drum always sounds different. Yeah. Anyway, so there's a lot of pre-done ones, but when I hook it up to my computer as a MIDI controller, it becomes fucking endless. So this $100 tabletop drum set becomes, infinitely more valuable to me than I think most people who play this unit, which is nice because it's super cheap. So it works for me. Nick, getting ready for 420, mate. Oh yeah, hell yeah. And why don't we fucking get ready right now? Let's spin the wheel of dabs, actually. Haven't spun the wheel. I want to smoke out of the cool propeller bong, but you never know. It might land on the roll. So let's roll this. Let's spin the wheel of dabs. Guess we don't roll it, but it keeps on rolling and rolling on. So we're spinning the wheel of dabs, and I'll get ready for 422. I'm not going to work. That's good. And I'm going on a mini vacation afterwards out of town. Oh, this is not a chong. Good land. Good land for the night. Start things off right. All right. Let's get This Is Not a Chong ready. All right. Just got to dump out some water. All right. There we are. I'll switch you out. Put the right one on there. Robert Riggs, hell yeah, nice. Nice. Owen Hart, with us again, in spirit. Heyo, indeed. Buenos noches. Catch you on 420 at 11:20. Yes, hey, just remember, if it's ever something 20, it's 420 somewhere. So, till then, man, I'll see you. I think I'm going to be on before then. Or is it already just about that time? As I say, is there another stream I'm doing first? There isn't. The next stream I do will be then. Fuck. And I fucked up my fucking shit. I just realized that I didn't fucking take off my time that I'm supposed to take off the rest of that week. And I forgot to put it in there like an idiot. All right, Liam. So I'll have to do that tomorrow, which gives me less than a week to cover like 4 shifts. Ugh. Bad news always comes in bad time. Robert Riggs, I have some sour diesel. Sour diesel, it was NYC sour D. New York City diesel. I think it was NYC sour D. But anyway, one of the first chronic, the first kind buds I ever smoked, where it was like nugged out and it was chronic, you know what I mean? So when I think old school fucking strains, sour diesel's one of the oldest for me. Owen, and he says yum, which is indeed too. I always like sour D too. The first time I got sour diesel, it straight up smelled like fucking diesel gasoline too. Like sometimes it does, dude. It straight up smells like gas. Which, to be 100% honest, it was really good, but that's not my and same, it's an old fave. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I can't say that I would ever like want my stuff to taste like gasoline, but having smoked some that does, it's actually surprisingly good. I always thought the theory was with the NYC diesel was they were taking it from New York City in like smuggling it in the gas tank so it would smell and taste like gas. This is like 20 years ago, mind you. Riggs, it's my favorite strain. You know, I'm having a tough time saying what my favorite strain is anymore. Also, I'm pretty set on the idea that I mean, there's so many variants from grower to grower that even the same fucking tree grown by a different person can turn out completely different. I've had good and bad. What's a big one that I always think of? Blue Dream. Super popular, super awesome strain, kind of. But I've had it where it sucked. You know, get it from the wrong dispensary, you know, or whatever. And I've had it where that shit was no good. But I've also had some bomb-ass Blue Dream. So I'm like, but overall, I'm not a big fan of the blues stuff, blueberry stuff in general. I just have always thought it's never been that strong for me. It usually tastes and smells okay. Usually, what I've noticed with blueberry strains, especially just straight up blueberry, which I have grown a shit ton, they look good, they smell great before you burn them. But when you smoke them, they don't have a strong scent, they don't have a strong flavor, and they don't have a strong high. So I never understood why people liked them that much. And that was other people's I'd smoked too. Where I'm like, they're just like, it's one of the best strains to look at in the jar and just smell it. Like, oh, it smells so good and it looks so good. And then I would always smoke it and be slightly disappointed. I think a blueberry headband. I've always had good luck with all the headband stuff. So, do you remember Skydog? I don't think I've ever had Skydog, but I've heard the name a bunch back in the day. I know I've heard at least crosses because it's probably Chemdog and Skywalker. I've grown Skywalker before back in the day. A lot of the dogs are good because Chemdog is usually good, in my experience. But again, I'm almost done with this fucking strain thing. But there's a weird thing too. So there was a point in my life where I'm like, I was very confident with how I was growing compared to everybody. I'm still decent, but I'm not nearly as confident anymore. But there was a time where I'm like, I think I could take seeds from a swag, the nastiest swag you've ever had. If I grew it and I made sure it was female, it would turn out bomb. And now I'm not so sure because I've had a couple strains where I'm like, I did everything the same and I didn't like how they grew. So pheno selection is huge. So here's to all the pheno hunters, crossbreeders, and strain regulators. Here's to you guys. Thank you. Woo! Oh. Oh yeah. We're smoking on some glue right now. Dabbing it in. Nick playing CG Go, but I'm still here. I don't know what that game is. CG. But good for you. I'm so out of it on games. I always ask everybody what they're playing. Usually that's what people are talking about is what games they're playing. I'm like, so what game are you playing? And I don't recognize any of them. Counter-Strike. Okay. D-Will. I'm still a bag seed grower. So, I mean, if you got good chronic and you find a seed, you have a 50-50 chance that you can grow good Sensimelia female plants from it. But I used to be really cocky, and I'd be like, you could take the grossest swag you've ever smoked. Give me a seed. I'll grow it in my room under my conditions. Make sure it's female, do the, and once I sex it, know what it is, I'm like, I bet you it still turns out bomb. I never got to test that, but I still have feelings. I have a bag of seeds that are probably 15 years old, maybe longer. And it's the size of like a full one of those Ziploc bags that are like that, filled with seeds and some stems. Filled. Like you're talking tens of thousands of seeds. I've always secretly wanted to eventually go up to the mountains. This is something I might do here soon anyway. A little bit differently, but something very similar anyway. Maybe a little more controlled. But eventually I want to go like really far to the middle of fucking nowhere. Like hours and hours away where no one will ever get to it. And sow and plant all of those seeds. I mean, all 1,500,000 plants. And then just come back, randomly throughout the year, see what happens. I have a lot of plans on doing like a guerrilla grow. Can't fucking talk. This year, anyway, something very similar. It's a video I've been meaning to do. So even if I don't do it, I'll tell you what the plan was. The plan was, look at all that fucking hash oil I'm pouring on there. It's just pouring out. Anyway, the plan is I want to teach people how to do the old school way. So back in the day, the old schoolers I used to know would go to the mountains because we're here in Colorado, and they would just set up seeds. and grow them out in the mountains. And then you just go back into the field and you pick them up. You know, just growing them illegally wherever you can. I'm going to do that this year and document the whole thing. The video won't come out until I'm done, so next year or whatever. And I'll show you how you should go about doing it, because I have some tips I've learned from people and just little things that you should do. You know, gate it off, make sure nothing can get to it. Take a deep rock bottle and poke the teeniest little hole so it just barely leaks out. Bloodborne Link, love pot. I do too. I've had my moments where pot didn't love me. I've had some, you know, I've had the anxieties. I've had the jitters. I've had the trembles. I've had the trembles, as they put it. I've glimpsed the glimmer. But yeah. Is that a space monkey? The fuck? Is that monkey with nunchucks, son? Spins. And I learned something yesterday. You can grow 12 plants in Alaska. Yeah. So here in Colorado and Denver, anyway, I'll only speak for where I'm at because that's all I know. As a normal resident of Colorado, no medical license, you can grow 6 plants at your house, residentially or whatever. But if you have 2 people in your house, you can grow up to 12 plants, 6 each. It caps there. No matter how many more people live in your house, you can't grow, 18 or whatever. You can't keep adding 6 on to that. So 12 is the max in Colorado. D. Will, cow shit and soil. Well, cow shit's part of the soil. I just made my garden soil. I should show you guys my sprouts. I almost got my jalapenos coming up too. I might show you. Fuck it, why not? Let's look at them. All right, Bloodborne. I'm from Michigan. We have. I've been a medical user since 2011. I grew for 8 years. TM also. Yeah, that's cool. I grew a long time ago and then stopped, so I haven't been growing that long. I started and stopped, like most things I've done in life. Robert, Alaskan ice is a certain strain that comes from, is a good strain that comes from Alaska. Alaska has a bunch of strains. There was a Alaskan Thunderfuck. That was an old school strain. That was another one of these strains that nobody fucking, or that was one of the first ones I ever heard about. Oh my eye. I had a friend who had family in Alaska who grew, and they grew this strain called Alaskan Thunderfuck, and they made canned salmon, I believe it was, smoked salmon, cans of it. And they would send it to everybody for Christmas. When they sent my friend's family cans, and I never saw this, but I was with his family, so they told me about it, and I believe them. They would send him a can or 2 filled with Alaskan Thunderfuck. And they said that as soon as you open up the can, it would just start reeking, and it would just be all white. Again, especially when Chronic was new, dude, you see any, just covered in crystals, you're like, what the fuck? Bloodborne. I had Alaskan Thunderfuck. Big, solid buds. Alaskan Thunderfuck, dude. I don't know why it's called that, but it's one of the best names of any strain. I've never seen it on a seed bank. I do a lot of looking at seed banks for strains to buy, or I had been, whenever I'm looking for seeds. I settled on Green Crack from MSNL Seed Bank. Didn't love it. It's what I'm growing. It's what I'm smoking right now. It smokes okay. It looks okay, but one of the smallest yields I've ever had. Every batch is looking better because I'm learning to grow it a little bit better, because it's such a weird strain that's so lanky, it's scrawny. But I'm going with some Northern Lights I just got picked out from the same seed bank. They're the easiest to buy from. So if that sucks, that'll suck. I got some Northern Lights, though. Northern Lights is another one of my old school strains. But this time, I'm doing Northern Lights G13 haze. I got 2 seeds for free, so hopefully those work, and I can at least get a clone out of one of those, and some banana kush. So Gorilla GG4 is a great yielder with gassy gas. Bloodborne. GG4 is Gorilla Glue, right? As far as I know, the thing with Gorilla Glue was they actually got sued. The owners of the company, the owners of the seed company, yes, Bloodborne. The owners of the seed company that actually like, because as a seed company, you put it on your website. I think you actually can patent the name and the breeding of it somehow. When you get a big enough seed company, shit like that starts coming up. Anyway, they put the name Gorilla Glue on everything, and the actual like company Gorilla Glue, the glue maker, like eventually got wind of it, and they're like, dude, you're selling shit with our name, and like they took them to court and like sued them, probably got paid out of court and settled. But now every time you see Gorilla Glue, it's GG. GG, because they're like, fuck that noise. We're not touching that. Which is weird. It was such a gray line thing that I'm surprised that it's just weird how life works. So I thought about some Gorilla Glue or some gelato or wedding cake. Wedding cake was going to be the one I was going to go with. Girl Scout cookies, something new, you know, something that all the people are really into, something new. Because I'm like, they've been breeding it and breeding it. Link. I'm just going to call you Link because it makes me think of Zelda. Now it's called Original Glue. See, yeah, which I'm smoking on glue. That's what the dabs I'm doing is some dabs of glue. So Billy Bong, there's a man with the fucking gas, son. You want to know what's up. But I thought about going with all those new types of strains because I'm like, you know, they've been breeding them and fucking, you know, I do feel like, you know, you make pots stronger over time, but I keep settling on. I'm so obsessed with the past, and I'm so upset with how the world is now and with the future that I dress like I'm from the 90s. I smoke weed like I'm from the 90s. I watch TV shows from the 90s. I had the 90s kind of stolen from me. You know what I mean? As a kid, I felt like I lost my childhood. And I mean, I hung on to it decently, but I have a lot of nostalgia for it, and I guess I keep on coming back to it. Buck Rogers is another good one, says Robert. Never even heard of Buck Rogers weed. There's so many strains now. I know if I had my choice, I would have went to the Oni Seed Company, ONI Seed Company. I think that's how you spell it or say it. It's Japanese. They got I know for a fact, I've met the owner of the place, smoked weed with him, and it's the best bud I've smoked in years. In the past, like 5-10 years, is that guy's stuff. Granted, he was the owner, and he probably grew it the best and had the best seeds available. That's who I go with, but they don't do female seeds. And when I started, I didn't have the time, energy. I didn't think about the space, all this stuff to do normal seeds and sex them out. Also, I've always been a little underconfident of myself. That word explains it perfectly. I've never been that confident in myself about my ability to sex things to the point where, or you know what I mean? I'm always worried it's going to turn out to a hermaphrodite, or I don't sex it right and I don't catch it and somehow the pollen gets crossed up. I've just always hated that part of things, which is why I was obsessed with clones. But now growing from seed that's feminized, that's another thing I'm worried is affecting my yields and my crop and my fucking pot, because these are the worst yields and worst results I've ever had growing. I'm doing so many things different, and growing feminized pot seeds is one of them. And I have heard people to be wary of them in the past. Mostly though is because they weren't always female, which I've had a good luck with. Bloodborne, I'm soaking some OG Kush diamonds. I've only had diamonds a couple times, and I'd like to try some more. D. Will, Snowcap doesn't have a very high THC, but it's a nice grow, super easy, and super gassy. All I know is I would like to grow a very high yielding plant next time. And if I still don't get a high yield, I can tell you that there's problems. Right now, the three big ones that I come to mind is the company I'm buying the seeds from. It is a bit of a discount company. Like it's about half price compared to some of the good, like that Oni seed company. It's like half price instead of being like 10 seeds for, or like 5 seeds for $100. It's like 10 seeds for $100, and they give you a couple free ones. So I'm like, yeah, that's a little suspicious, but they're easy, and I have gotten females. Anyway, so 1, seed company. 2, the lights I'm using are all LED now. That's new to me, and I'm worried that that might be cutting back on my efficiency or whatever. But they're so fucking easy and nice to use that I hate them to be the problem. And then 3, feminized seeds. I've never grown feminized seeds like I'm doing now. Maybe that has something to do with it. All that shit together is messing it up. Mad City, outdoor. This is all indoor I'm doing. I was going to do outdoor, but Colorado don't fuck around, and I live too close to people. I have enough of a yard for my fucking dog, and to do a bunch of, I was going to do greenhouses, or I have like my garden going, and I'm growing mushrooms outside. I have outside stuff going, but all my pots inside to be legal. And I'm in the legal range. I have what? Very close to legal range. Wait, no. Yeah, I have 12 plants, so I have the legal amount technically, which is cool. I never thought about that, but I'm right on the dot of the legal amount. Eventually, I want more to get some more caregivers so I can grow more and then give more away and do more for the show. If there's anyone in Colorado who wants to sign their caregivership up to me as a support of the show, I get to grow more pot legally. And it'd be fun to say it. No, but it's not a big deal. All right. Exotic Genetics is a really good one, says Bloodborne, for a breeder. I've heard the name. I wish I could check out more shit, but like I said, feminized limited it a lot. Robert, I think there's too many hybrids. Although I will say hybrids are my favorite. It matters if you mean like hybrid strains as if any two strains, whether they're both sativas, both indicas, or the combination of either or. If you're saying there's just too many people, too many mixes, you're right. And at the same time, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. There's too many, but whatever. That's fine. Bloodborne, I have some bomb-ass pot for cheap. Oh, wait. I have some bomb-ass pot for cheap seed companies. For cheap seed companies. Word. Really cool content, bro. This show is awesome. Thank you. Thanks for joining, all of you guys. We'll load a bong bowl, or we'll do a dab out of the old Dabatron. That's what we'll do. All right. All right. I have some bong. Hey, so outdoor, indoor. Billy Bong. I'm talking about strains. Talking about strains. I'm going to be making a video soon, and everybody who's here right now, check out Billy Bong's YouTube channel. He's got funny shit on there and beautiful buds, and he's just an awesome guy and one of my biggest fans, so to speak. He's just a great guy. Everybody check out Billy Bong's videos, and he grows great stuff. So everyone check out his videos. And then, all right. So I'm going to be making a video soon. I have a strain bred with the 3 largest strains in the world. And so far it's 6 foot tall and in a 3-gallon pot, flipping to flower, which, yeah, I saw some of your shit on those, you don't have huge pots. That's insane. A 3-gallon pot is teeny, and to get it 6 feet tall, that's such a crazy one. Yes, make a big video. Everyone watch it. I'll be watching it. It'll be great. It sounds cool. So, yeah. See, I'd love to be able to get cuttings from you. I thought about that. I'm like, I wonder how hard that'd be. That'd be way too hard. Hey, so right on, man. Right on indeed. Bloodborne. Wait. Billy Bong. Yeah, Billy Bong Thornton. I wish you were actually in Thornton, and then I would get some clones from you. And I'd be smoking up with you. But Billy Bong. Yep, Billy Bong Thornton. Check him out. He's on the chat. I'll type him up though. All right. Hey, why is it Thornton? I mean, I think Billy Bong is from Half Baked, right? Wait, that is what they say in the movie, huh? I wonder why they say that. All right. D. Will, lights are definitely my downfall. What do you mean? I'm having some light issues, and I went cheap with my lights too, so that could be a thing. But I looked at all the ratings, and they said they were good, and people had good results with them. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know. We'll try some new stuff. That's all you can do is experiment. You know what I mean? I like wintergreen myself, but experimenting is important too. Let's see. Let's get some more glue on. Let's get our glue on. All right. Bam. We got this cool little dab rig, the hen nail, HE nail. And it's been going pretty good. It runs out of, I don't love this one. I like the little tiny portable ones a little bit more, but I like the fact that I can hook this one to my Bong. So everything has its ups and downs in life. I have come to find out. There it is. But yes. Blam. There we go. Cheers to everybody. Oh, Toxic. What up, man? Not enough. This Bong has a little propeller in it, but it doesn't work very good. All right. There we go. D, lack of lights, I should say. Yeah, I wish I could give you advice on how I feel about my LED lights. Right now, there's so many positives. So I would say go with some cheap LED lights on Amazon for like 70 bucks, 80 bucks. You know, you can get 600 watt LED. But I don't know. So far, I've never had better luck than my high pressure sodiums. So I think I used to get Plant Max or something like that. Just a medium company. Robert, bet that hits good. I'm pretty happy with this setup. I like how easy it is and no torch. My only complaint is, and this is something I would change in the design of all dab rigs. The first 2 or 3 times you hit it, which I hit it a few times because I load it fat in just one dab session. So the first few times, it rips nice, it clouds up nice, it's hot. But it slowly diminishes. And by the time it's almost like the few times you do it before it dies completely, you can't even get any rips out of it. And I'm like, dude, rather than a slowly diminishing dab e-nail portable one, I would do it where it only works at full capacity. Full capacity, god damn it. 4, 5. There we go. So it always stays full power. And it goes straight from full power to dead. Even if that means that it dies sooner, I don't need this half-powered bullshit. So, I don't know. Just personal preference. Toxics. I used to watch your vids years ago. It's cool seeing you here live. Well, it's almost been, what, 2 years since I started this show. I was going to start it a few years ago. I've had this table and the setup in this studio for a very long time, maybe like 4 years or 5 years at least, kind of like how it is. And about 4. And I just went through a really fucked up time in my life mentally. You know, I keep wanting to say that bad things happen to me, but maybe it was all my fault. I can't tell. Life is weird. Anyway, I couldn't get my shit together enough to make this show. I'm glad I was able to make my albums. That was really important to me, even if it's just me. All right. So, good to have you with us, Toxic. Billy Bong, you want a good cheap light? Get a King Bright. Sounds good. 480 watts with Meanwell driver, Samsung diodes, IMB, 380 shipping, 380 shipped from Alabama. No, Alibaba, shipped from Alibaba. King Bright, blow them Amazon lights out of the water. And you're absolutely right. And like I said, I knew that when I got them. But so my grow room from start to finish, and that's because I don't have a house. When I look at your shit and a lot of people's shit, I'm like, dude, more than you, you're doing it right. When I look at people who have a house and they're not growing anywhere, but they have like I know people with like 2 or 3 extra fucking spare bedrooms, you know, family of family and shit like that. And yeah, if you ever want to stay, we have 2 extra bedrooms with we don't even go in there. And I'm like, dude, if I had an extra bedroom, I'd either turn it into a shroomery filled with shrooms or a grow room. Since I don't have any room I can dedicate to growing, I have to use grow tents, which means I have to have exhaust. I have to have like all these different setups. Like, and instead of doing a whole bunch in one room, and you know, a house is temperature controlled. My fucking grow tents go up and down so fucking drastically. It's fucked up. But I'm kind of stuck to doing it that way. I really wish I had a house with a couple extra rooms. One extra full-sized room turned into a growing mushrooms room. I turn it into an inside grow room. And then one for growing pot. Or basement or something. That'd be kick ass. But I do what I can. And it kind of limits me. So I understand how people can get, you know, put in a situation where it's not what you want. It's what you work with. You know what I mean? Kind of like my drum set I got here. This little drum set. It's not exactly what I want, but it's what I can work with. But I feel you on that, Billy Bong. I wish eventually I'd really like to upgrade my lights, and I might. If I keep having bad luck with all this other shit, I'm going to. Although I did a lot of research and I heard everyone saying, "Oh, dude, these are the same lights as yada yada yada, just made in China and fucking cheaper and yada yada." I don't know. I tried, but money was the whole thing. Like I said, my grow room, each tent cost me about $900. If I added 300 onto that because of the fucking lights, you're at fucking $1,200, and then it gets up anyway. But yes, I would like to upgrade those, and King Bright sounds awesome. D Will, Black Cloud Bro. Black Cloud Bro. I got the same thing. Yeah, you're no shit. I was born on a Friday the 13th. It's been following me for a long time. but I try to keep my head out of it. All right. Spirit. Damn, nice collection of bongs. Do you have a favorite one? I do. I have some favorites. I really like this one. Listen here. Listen here. You want this one? Listen here. This one's full of fucking rubbing alcohol, which I shouldn't have just fucking sitting here. But, oh well. All right. So, this is candy alcohol, which I shouldn't have just fucking sitting here. But, oh well. All right. So, this is Candyman Vasily Cradle. Can never say his name. He's got a weird name, but he's a great guy. There's one of my favorites. The Chong Bong I just smoked out of. That's a favorite. Where'd I put? This is one of them. Just an old school favorite. But not really. The Purple Shark. Here's another favorite. This one means a lot to me just because of what it is and yada yada, but it's a knockoff of a Nico Cray. So I'd love to replace it with a legit one. But again, I'm broke. If you notice, everything I have is knockoff, dude. Everything I have is a cheap. My goal is to find the cheapest thing I can that works and just fucking do the best I can. You know, it's all about production for me, where it's like, you know, whatever gets me doing it. You know, I might do everything cheaply, but I'm doing it, you know, and I'll upgrade it piece by piece when I can. Eventually, you know, I won't need to buy another tent, so I can upgrade the pieces in it. You know, I've just been so fucking broke financially, tired mentally and physically. It's been a little rough, but we're getting out of it. Billy Bong Thornton. Well, summer is coming up. Accidentally dropped some seeds outside somewhere. Yeah, no shit. Like I said, I want really badly to do. I have 2 GoPros and a portable camera and a nice, like, all this shit, and I could take it all in a backpack, and I could do have someone go with me, and I could wear a camera and record the whole thing, and have them like record me going through it. And I want to do like, this one would be like maybe a 20-minute video on how to do guerrilla growing, and maybe 2 10-part videos, like how to set it all up and maintain it, and then how to fucking harvest it and get out and fucking like cover your tracks and shit like that. But I want to do that really bad. And like I said, it'll take a year for that video to come out, and that's if it goes well. If it all goes bad, I'll just come out with a video, you know, behind the scenes, the failed attempt. Attempt 1, anyway. Robert, I have 27 bongs at home. I would hate to count, but I know one thing. I haven't bought one in well over a year or 2 due to money again. I'm so broke, dude. I haven't bought one in years, and I've broken quite a few. So I'm losing my numbers. Nick, I'm beating ass in this game. Got some Counter-Strike going. Getting stoned makes me better at first-person shooter games. Most games, well, I just, you know, incorporate smoking pot with video games so hard that they're linked, they're combined. It makes it more immersive, you know. You become part of the game. All right, let's get a joint rolled since I have all this. Whoa, just knock everything over. How about that? I got all this hash on this paper here. Might as well roll up something, huh? What time is it? It's 8:30. Still early too. Billy Bong. Oh yeah, I got a Mars Hydro 2000 off Sezzle too. They do payments. Oh, that's kind of cool. You pay $60 or so for the first payment, and they ship it out. Make payments over 6 weeks. That's kind of cool. Mars Hydro 2000. I don't know exactly what unit that is. Is that I'm guessing your hydro unit. But I thought I noticed you using pots and mostly dirt, so I'm guessing maybe that's a different piece of equipment I'm not too familiar with, apparently. I have been looking into more the other side of production, of extraction and making concentrates. it's something I've been thinking of doing for a long time. I don't know. This world's so fucked up. I'm really trying to find a different venture and a different avenue of life to be living down. I'm done working for other people who don't give a fuck about me or anyone else for that matter. Spirit, maybe have a GoPro on a drone to follow you both. That would be wicked, wouldn't it? If I knew somebody, I might. It would take a lot of getting, and I hate to have more people going with you because you don't want to call attention to yourself. But if I knew someone with a drone, that would be wicked. Because I don't even want a drone. I mean, I would love to use it for certain shots, but I don't know if I would ever have the time or money. It wouldn't be worth the investment to do. But it'd be wicked just to get like a filmer, someone with a drone who is down to do it one day, and take wicked shots, aerial shots of the grove. That'd make it dope. If I could afford to do it legit and all that, I would. Like I said, I do have a bunch of GoPros. I do have a really nice camera that's it's a G7. God, what is it? Haven't even used it in a while. What is this bitch? G7X. The Canon G7X. These things are fucking ill as fuck. This little teeny camera is nicer than my giant fucking T4i Canon. I think I get better videos out of this. It's a lot newer too. It's got hash on it because I'm just an idiot, apparently. At least it's just on the plastic, but still. So this little guy is fucking wicked. Normally I have it corded up, but put that on some batteries, get some extra batteries charged for the little expedition. I got some GoPros, get some, and worst comes to worst, backup phone footage, and I could get a lot of camera work, and then it's just about making it work. I've never done one, so it'd be kind of I hate doing a how-to video on my first one, but it could be like a season 1 of the how-to Gorilla Grill, or at least like my first attempt or some shit like that. I'll call it something. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Billy Bong, and when you pay it off, you get higher limits up to 3K. Best thing is about it, no credit. It's not credit. That's kind of cool too if you're just making payments or whatever. That's cool. And what was that again? Sezzle? And it's a light, the Mars Hydro. That's what I figured, because I'm like, I know you don't do hydro units. I've always done hydro units, although if I didn't already have a shit ton of them, I probably wouldn't now, because I enjoy making my own soil. I want to do soil outside and hydro inside, but whatever. It is what it is. I'll stick to my hydro in my tents. It's not the most efficient way right now, but it is what it is. D, brand of light. There you go. I'm not going to try it with my trimmings. Wait, I'm going to try it with my trimmings the alcohol way. So the old Rick Simpson oil way, pretty much. I need a grinder. Where's my fucking phone? Right here. All right. I have a bunch of different ways I would like to make extracts, and there's ways I already like to make extracts. I'm thinking about trying to go like really kind of like big time with it, though. If you're going to do anything, why not go big? If you're really into the bar scene, you own a bar. If you're really into the creep scene, you own a strip club and you make everyone feel uncomfortable. No, if you're really into, you know what I mean? If you like cookies, you own a bakery. I like smoking weed, and I really like extracts. So I'm thinking about a way to maybe start an extract company, or invest in one, or become a partner with one. I would like to do it myself too, but it's hard to. The hardest part is branding and getting yourself out there. one good thing is I have this show, so I can at least put it out there that I have this company and yada yada. But it's weird how the company works. All these companies work, and the business works. But yeah, I have some ideas along those lines, and because there's things I want to do, which involve all natural, all organic, homegrown pot, extracted without chemicals, as clean as possible. You know what I mean? That's the goal. I want to start something that I can just barely make a living on, you know, just enough to feed myself and keep the business going. That's all I want for a while. Build it up slow, and just shift my shitty job that I don't make much money at anyway. If I can just supplement that job with a job at an extract company that I started and founded, I'm willing to shift that almost immediately. So I've been thinking about that. And I've also been thinking about moving to the mountains, which those two things, I don't know if they will coincide perfectly, but maybe up in the mountains, there'll be a small grow facility that I can become affiliated with who needs an extract company to work. So you never know. It's something I've been thinking about though. So I was watching a video. It was a how-to video on making extracts on someone else's shit. Big time though, like company machines and shit like that. And then I saw the owners of this fucking company, and it's these two brothers. I think they're brothers. They called each other bro, but they didn't. Anyway, so there's these two guys, and they own this company. Where's my goddamn shit? Guess we'll use this. All right. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Just a new one. How about that? We'll bust out the old raw book. But anyway, so I'm watching this video, and it's these two people who own a big ass company. And like this guy's got like a fucking Rolex on and all this shit. They're doing pretty well, you know. They have famous people who are fucking like, you know, not representing the company or nothing, but like affiliated or whatever in some way. And they start talking, and I realized that especially one of the two guys, are just the dumbest motherfuckers ever. You know, nothing's clicking that they're intelligent. You know, one guy was okay, but the other guy was genuinely like one of those guys who's just fucking fried or something in his head. He's just an idiot. And I'm like, okay, and then they showed the process of what they're doing and how they do it. And I'm like, I think that's obtainable. You know, I think I could do that. I think the hardest thing about it is having the balls to step up, make a gigantic investment and a giant fucking loan to buy all this equipment. And then the hardest part would be, you know, getting companies to join you. You know what I mean? As an extract company, you know, you don't do a lot of the growing. That's a grow rooms company. So you have to go to all these different grow rooms, show what product that you can make, tell them how much it would cost for them to do it, what their turnaround could be, and yada yada, you know, why you should go, you know. And then that's the hardest part I've noticed is like branching out and getting people to work with you. But once you got that, I'm like, wow, the process is remarkably easy. I've seen it done by two people, one of which looked like he had the IQ of a fucking 12-year-old. And you know, they were doing quite well. And like I said, they were balling out their asses. They had a fucking giant factory and all this nice equipment and shit like that, and marketing and branding and all this, which is great. But I'm like, you know, even if I started out at half that, I could pay off my bills and pay off all my shit and still be better off and have a company that I owned and had my own branding and was able to do shit. I could do this show every fucking day if I wanted to, or like 2-3 times. I already do this show 2 times a week, every week. I could fucking double that easy. You know what I mean? If I fucking had a company where I was doing extracts and shit like that. So definitely something I'm thinking about. The hardest part, and the reason I think so, like I said, I was watching this video with these two dudes. They might have been brothers, but either way, one of the guys seemed like he was somewhat intelligent and knew how to actually do it, although they are both the only two guys working at this whole company doing the actual labor of running the machines and shit. So one guy seemed really intelligent, but the other guy was the guy with the Rolex and looked like he had all the money. And he was all, slaying down. He's like, yo, this is how we run this shit. We run the machine. And I'm like, he was just fucking stupid, but he was ballered out. So my guess was two things. One, he actually smokes a lot of pot and he's fried and done who knows what drugs, but he has all the connections. And two, he has all the money for the investment for the thing. So like I said, I have the ambition and the ideas, and I know how I'd like things done, and I can do the research to the point where I'll make it fucking lab quality efficient, but I don't have the money and the backing and the fucking whatever to fucking start a business right now on my own. But these are things I'm thinking about. Robert Riggs, time to roll up. So here's to doing different things. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. It's the first time I've really talked about it out loud a bunch. But yeah, I'm really considering. The hardest part is I'm also trying to move to the mountains and find work up in the mountains. So I don't know if that would be harder or easier or even feasible where I'm going to go. I would like to go somewhat. I wouldn't mind living somewhere like nicer, but I don't know. Can't tell you where I'm moving because I don't know. But I would really like to start this company and be able to do this. It's a weird combination, but here's to futures, getting self-sufficient, taking care of yourself and others. It sucks that that's such an important goal, but it is, I personally think that learning a new skill and a craft and an art is more important than making a bunch of money. But here's to trying combining those two things, because I think that's the only way I'll ever be able to make it. So, Spirit, it's possible. You already have subscribers sell merchandise. So, and that's the thing. I would like to be able to create a brand through what I already have here. I have about 4,000 subscribers, which I'd really like to do a giveaway at like 420 subscribers. 4,200 subscribers. I thought about selling merchandise, but right now I don't think many people would buy it. A couple t-shirts or something like that, which I probably lose money, unfortunately, in that investment right now. But it's something I've already thought about. I'd like a website to get shit going. Because, I have music that I have hard copies of music that I could sell. I have discs and discs of shit I got. I'd love to make merchandise for this and for everything I do here. But like I said, I keep on waiting for something. And I think that making the hash would be great. Unfortunately, right now I'm in Colorado, and I've seen how hard it is. If you start a hash company in Colorado, getting it sold in even California is really hard, let alone any other state. So you're kind of stuck to where you're at, and you'd have to come and visit Colorado. But hey, if I can bring people in from other states to start trying my stuff, that'd be great. Because I don't know, man. I have a very good work ethic. Like, no one works as hard as I do when I put my mind to it. It's just lately I haven't been able to get my spirit up to do it. But I'm thinking about it. That's a huge one. It's just been really hard to get all my shit together, and I've had a lot of letdowns in this last couple of years. It's been unreal. So, but I don't know, man. That'd make me really happy. So, like I said, here's to trying to make what you do for a living something that you actually love. I got to sneeze. Ah, all right. Robert Riggs, what about smoking bar? So, I'm in Denver, and I'm like close to downtown Denver. About 15 minutes away, maybe 10, 15 minutes away. Like when I got my vaccine, downtown Denver. When I get food, downtown Denver. Where I get my hair done, fucking, although I haven't done it in like a year now almost, it's downtown Denver. Like I'm very close to downtown, which is okay. If I'm gonna be at a city, I might as well be at the biggest city in this fucking shithole. But I'd rather be in the mountains. That being said, I live 1 minute. I mean, 1 minute from one of only a few, like 2 or 3 smoking clubs in the state. Um, there's the Speakeasy Lounge. There's Club 420. There's God, a couple others that I'm guessing they might all be shut down now because of the pandemic in this last year. I was wondering how they stayed open anyway. They don't make much money. You know what I mean? So I didn't see them making much money. One they held concerts at, and they had a vape lounge. So they were venturing into other shit. The other one was just a fucking, it's a cool place. It's the one that's like 1 minute from where I'm at. It's a cool place. I've only been a couple of times. I tried to go on a date there once, and it didn't go great. And I know that they were a regular, and I didn't want to seem like I'm a weirdo and just keep coming back. You know what I mean? So I'm like, whatever. Yeah. But great place. It's cool. I hope it keeps going. They have a spot where they could do live music. And once I get my shit going, I really want to get like a one-man act going where I can have a looper, play a drum, play a bass, play a fucking guitar solo, play like that little keyboard, and just make like random music for hours live while people hang out and smoke pot and do a live cast of it in the smoke lounge, which is 1 minute away. I've thought about that shit too. Just putting this camera, this laptop, this whole setup I have is portable, including the table. I had the idea that I could take this table and everything else anywhere I want and fucking do this show from other places if I wanted to. One of the big things is there's a smoke shop right there, a smoke lounge. That's kind of funny. A smoke lounge right there. And I was going to make live music, one-man band style, smoking pot the whole time, and let you see some of the smoking lounge as well, you know, and you could kind of like just have a live view of what was going on. And I wouldn't be able to answer questions too much or nothing, but yeah, it'd be great. Thought about doing that. I personally don't see the money in it, so I wouldn't invest in that. And the guy who owns this one owns like strip clubs and shit like that. So I believe that's what they were just talking. You know, it's this giant table with tons of smoking tools and all this shit. That's why with the pandemic, it's just like closed down. I think they opened up like months ago, and I'm like, I ain't fucking going there. Fuck that. Not yet. Not until everyone's vaccinated for like a fucking year. And if COVID cases go down to like nothing, I'll start doing that shit again. But I'm gonna be one of the last people to start re-socializing. I hate it. I hate it a lot. I'm a very diametrically opposed person who part of me wants to be super social and the other part wants to be a recluse. Yet at the same time, I find myself somewhere in the middle, and I'd love to get back in the mix of things and hang out, but I'll probably be one of the last to do so. So a smoking bar would be great. The thing with the extraction place that I'm talking about is I can do it in a relatively small area. I don't need like a fucking giant warehouse. You know what I mean? I need a relatively small area to do it. The investment in it comparatively is pretty small. The biggest thing is, again, the place you would put it in. A lot of the equipment that I use for making hash isn't incredibly expensive. Even if one of the machines I use is like $12,000-$15,000, I mean, you're talking about an industry where $100,000 machines are being, they have 10 of them. We started $1 million fucking company, and I'm like, yeah, I could probably do it for fucking like $100,000. I would probably take out a $500,000 just to be safe, especially nowadays. So I'd need like a $500,000 investment, which is possible if I had the collateral or people who would sign for me. They would. My old boss owned a franchise, and the only reason he was able to do that was because he had to take out a loan for about $500,000 right in there too, and he had to have his house put up as collateral, which he didn't have that much invested into. He hadn't been paying into it that long. So, and then his car, and then his parents' house, and his parents' cars. So they all had to sign that over. So if he flopped or went really bad, technically, all that shit was collateral. Could be taken away. So I thought about the only person who would do any of this shit is my grandma, and because I haven't talked to her that much over this last year, my grandma fucking is not even talking to me almost at all, which sucks because we were so close. I'm so close to getting vaccinated again, and then once I do, I'm gonna start really bugging her again as like not even bugging her, like she was my best friend, and I know I was her best friend. We hung out fucking like once or twice a week every week for years. I was her only friend. She was my only friend, pretty much. It was weird that my fucking 90-year-old, 89-year-old grandma was like my only friend, but it was true. I'd hang out with her fucking 2 times a week for hours and hours, and we'd talk on the phone all the time. And I just, it was crazy how close we had gotten. And I was so upset. I just lost, I just gotten through a really bad breakup. I broke up with somebody, and to this day, questioned how I could have done that better, and should I have done that at all, and why does everything fuck up? All these weird fucked up questions. And my grandma was there, and she was the shit. And I don't know. This last year of COVID, I stopped like being there as much, and that's my fault. But it's just been rough. It's hard to talk to her on the phone. She can't hear very well. It always takes hours. It's just not my favorite thing to do. I hate talking on the phone anyway. And then, I haven't seen her. But, yeah, vaccines. But she's the only person I know who, when we were really close, she probably would have done it. Helped me out with a fucking investment. But she's getting too old. And now that we aren't fucking hanging out, I would never bring it up because it would just seem like, oh, hey, nice to see you again. By the way, you got some cash for your old grandson? I never let money be a thing between my grandma and me. I always buy dinner. I always fucking buy everything because I don't want her to think that I'm hanging out with her for fucking paying me money. Every time I shovel her walk and stuff, she would give me way too much money. I'd be like, I don't, money's not the best thing to get involved with between family and friends. That's something I know for sure. But I am thinking about it. I don't have any rich friends, but you know what? Fuck it. I'll find a way. I have a house. I have a car. Unfortunately, I had an expensive car that I could have put up for fucking collateral of like a little bit. None of it would be close to what I need though. So I could ask my mom to put up her house for a collateral, but that's asking a lot. And she doesn't have a super nice house by any means either. So I'd probably have to have my house, my sister's house, my fucking my car, my mom's car, you know, all these things up on collateral and then talk about pressure. You know what I mean? For your company to do well. That's too much to ask. If I could find a way to put that all on me, that'd be one thing. But I'm not willing to risk family members. If I could find investments, people who are willing to take risks with me, I'd do that. But asking your family to do it, they've done so much for me, and I couldn't ask it. Billy Bong, you could always invest in crypto and become a millionaire. I'm not that good. I couldn't even fucking set up my fucking internet that well. Fucking crazy. I thought I was good at fucking computer shit until I tried hooking up my Wi-Fi on all my security cameras, and I'm like, oh, god damn it, fucking everything sucks. I always have the worst luck with computers. It might take 10 years, but hey, crypto is popping. See, that's the thing too. If I was already in it, maybe I'd know enough about it to take advantage of it now. But being so behind on it, and now it's so popular, you're just pissing in the pool, pissing in the ocean. I'm willing to work for my money. I just, it sucks. You know, the old saying, it takes money to make money. It's not untrue, unfortunately. So, but, you know, that's where this show becomes really important to me is I'm like, you know, somewhere out there, someone's going to watch this who maybe is willing to help me out or wants to do something similar for themselves. Who knows? There might be an idiot with a Rolex who's down to fucking partner up. Except for then I have to be partners with some idiot in the Rolex. I could see how uncomfortable that looked already. I don't know, man. But I'll tell you what, I have invested 14 years in the job I'm at right now, and I get no recognition, nothing, no pension, no retirement, no benefits, no nothing. I totaled my car while delivering for that company. No, not even a sorry, not even a are you okay? Just a hey, as soon as you can come back into work, we need you. But if you can't, that's fine too. If I had died in that car accident, I don't think anyone would have cared. And that's when I'm starting to realize I need to get the fuck out of there. I just lost the biggest investment in my entire life that I put into for a job that literally could have had me die and wouldn't have sent a card to my family. So that is the fucking truth of it, and it sucks. I'm not super psyched about it, but it gives me a lot of motivation to start my own business, start my own shit, and get employees on my team because I will actually care about them far more than anyone has ever cared about me as an employer. So, yeah. And then once I'm in the industry too, it'd make the show more entertaining. Hopefully, I can get some shit up. Robert, don't forget Tesla. What about him? I'd rock one if I could. Even though Tesla, I don't agree with a lot of the shit that Elon Musk personally does or supports or whatever. I would fucking rock a Tesla so hard, dude. If I like won one or something, won me one, I'd fucking roll all day in one. Especially I have the shittiest little fucking 2013 Prius right now. It's such a fucking piece of shit. And I went from a car that I bought the year it came out, brand new off the lot, to this fucking piece of shit hoopty with the busted ass everything. And yeah, it'd be nice to roll in a Tesla or something nice again. Like I said, I have this feeling that if I don't do it for myself, I'm never gonna get back in that fucking nice car. I'm never gonna get back on my feet. I'm never gonna get fucking G'd up again. But if I do it for myself, I'd rather work for myself and fucking barely make it than work for someone else and succeed and fucking have them do well. Fuck that, dude. Here's for doing it for yourself. Let's spin that wheel of dabs, and hopefully all of you start fucking getting shit going for yourselves and not someone else. Fuck that, dude. That's why I might just start the company on my own. Fuck everybody, dude. I do this show on my own. I make my music on my own. I fucking... If you want something done right, do it yourself. Free choice. Damn right. Why? Because if you want something done right, do it yourself. And we're dabbing. Put that guy away. Smoking good tonight. All right. What is it? It's 9 o'clock. Yep, we're going to do some dabs. Finish this joint. Smoke a bowl. And we'll see where the night takes us. But I got some stuff to do. I made a whole bunch of... so I got a chocolate... a candy melting machine from Nerdy Nummies. If you've ever heard of that show, because it's like the most popular show on YouTube. So the simple fact you're on YouTube means you probably at least heard of it. Anyway, it's a YouTube channel that makes candies. This chick. Some of her shit's actually kind of cool. Anyway, I bought her a little candy machine, and I'm gonna make a video here very shortly of the easiest way to make your own edibles. And yeah, because like I said earlier, I'm all about finding the cheapest, easiest way to do anything. And I'll price you out on how much I spent on the candy machine, the hash, and the fucking chocolate. Or you could do candy too, but chocolate's what I'm doing. And yeah, fucking and the what is it? And the dosage of each candy that I'll make. I just fucking have been experimenting with that. And I did a whole bunch of chocolate covered strawberries and cookies and all this cool stuff tonight. So I'm super stuffed. But yeah, I was doing the money on that. I'm like, dude, fucking buying edibles at a place is so expensive compared to this. That's something else I wouldn't mind getting into too. Once I get an extraction company going, is I could start making edibles for myself too. So I'll make extraction. Although I don't think you can blend those lines too much. I guess I can make my own extractions, but yeah, make my own edibles out of what I make. But seems like if you're an extraction company, you can't grow. If you're a grow company, you can't do the extraction side of things. If you're, unless you start different, they have to be like separate entities somehow, is what it sounded like when I heard these people talking who were on these big extraction machines. They're like, we don't grow, we can't. They kind of made it seem like we can't grow, so we have to outsource from other people, which that's going to be really hard for me. I feel like if I tried illegally to, pull my resources in, I might be able to find somebody that I could get some peas from and make hash from and fucking really fucking slang some shit out. But that's illegal. I kind of want to make it a legal thing and get in the legal game. It might be really hard. Devin, I'm back. I'm back. One of the hardest things is, so for growing hemp, I think it was hemp in particular, but marijuana might be even more. A license for growing industrial, like starting a company, if you want to grow and sell to dispensaries, the what is it, permit for it was $400,000 in Denver. And I'm sure that was for the start grow, like for a medium grow or a small grow. And $400,000. That's not including, you have to start a fucking, because I wanted to see about growing too. So $400,000 for the permit, $400,000 for the permit. You have to build or buy or rent a unit or lease or whatever, a fucking warehouse practically, because it's a grow and they're huge to get the numbers you're going to want. So You have to find a place to grow. Then the equipment, lights, the fucking units, the labor, the trimming. I mean, you're talking about to get into the cannabis industry as a grower, you need like $2 million. A $2 million startup. Easy. And that's way beyond anything I could think of. So I kind of stopped thinking about that. But like I said, extraction companies, I don't know what the permit is. I'll have to look at that. But everything else is a lot cheaper. Like I said, I saw one company and they were running machines that were probably about $100,000 a piece. And they had like at least 10 of them. So that's $1 million unit set up there. But they don't have to grow. Those machines, surprisingly, can be ran by maybe 5 people, one running each machine, because it's, I mean, they can walk back and forth from the two pretty easy from what I watched them doing it. I think there's 2 people running their company, literally, who do the machines. So 2 people running 5 machines each. So that was them. I might do it much smaller at first. But yeah, I have an idea, and that's a big start. And then I can branch out to other things. Unlike those guys, I also make music. I also do the show. I also would like to, venture out a little bit more. I'm not big into selling merchandise. I would like to sell product. Hash would be great. I'd like to sell you something that you can keep. T-shirt would be okay, but honestly, if I was gonna sell merchandise, I'd probably sell everything but a t-shirt. Hoodies, jerseys, whatever. Just not. I have so many t-shirts, it feels like everyone does a t-shirt. And I don't know if anyone would wear my t-shirt. Who knows? I have a very slow but consistent rate of growth on this channel. I gain 128 people every 28 days. So what's the math on that? Because that's it keeps happening month after month. That's pretty much the breakdown. Where is it? So 128 people divided by 28 days. That means, as it is, I make about 4 people a day in subscribers, which isn't bad. I mean, I think that's kind of cool, but on the grand scheme of things, it's going to take me 400,000 days to get a following up enough where I can use this channel enough to really promote what I'm doing in a viable way, a fiscally viable way. So it's a little far from that, but it's there. I'm wondering. So also, I've been on this, let's say 2 years. I got, let's say 4,000 subscribers. So I make like 1,000 subscribers a year. Or wait, 2,000 a year. That would be right. Yeah. So what's 2,000 subscribers divided by 365? Will be 5 subscribers a day on average. 5.5 an average. So yeah, 4 to 5 subscribers a day for the last 2 years. So I mean, that's super consistent on what I'm doing. I always make 4 or 5 subscribers every day. But apparently, I guess, to make hundreds of thousands, I would need like thousands of subscribers a day to really pump those numbers up to something I could use to sell. So that I don't really ever look at that. That's why I literally have never done that math before. That's interesting. All right, let's get down to some more of this glue. Glue. Oh, it's the last of it too. So we'll finish off this little glue. This little blueberry here. Here we go. And yeah. How warm is it? Oops. A little bit too cool. Yeah, cheers to all you guys. Thanks for another night. Listen to me rant. But that was important to me. I haven't really talked to anybody about this. You guys are the only people I talk to. So there you go. About cool shit, about what I want to do, and about what I do in my actual life. I don't talk about it with anyone at work or anything. So, but yeah, thank you for being there to listen to all my hopes and dreams and being there. 5 people at a day at a time. Oh shit, Sandy's here. Cheers, Billy Bong, Sandy, Devin, Robert, Spirit. Cheers. They spinning. They spinning. Woo! Drummer boy. Good to have you. Whoa! Let's get that cooked back up a little. But yeah, I'm doing good, man. This show has been perfect for me. It's always going to be a constant source of people to smoke with, talk to. I've had way more positive feedback than negative people because the internet's filled with crazies. And I've been pretty lucky. Drummer boy, look up DYD420 on Facebook Live, smoke set all day. That's kind of cool. And good shout out for everybody. Like I was saying, it'd be really cool. Woo! If I were able to do this a little bit more, or if I could do it from my company, like I was talking about. Love that rig. Isn't this a cool rig? I've never seen one with the double spinners like that. The propellers. Propellers. Let's put some of that reclaim right on that joint. Right on that joint. Okay, guys. There we go. Let's put some happy little hash right on there. Okay. Remember, there are no mistakes. Just happy little hash accidents. Oops. That's okay. That's okay. But yeah, I have a lot of ideas. I know it's weird. I don't know why YouTube has been such a big thing for me. They haven't helped me at all. As far as YouTube, the company is concerned, I don't care about them. I won't say they can all go fuck off and die, because I don't. I don't feel that way. But they've never helped me either. They've never done anything other than providing me a place to hang out with people. That being said, I'm sure if they actually knew what I was doing here, they'd probably kick me off and treat me like shit. So, fuck YouTube. Drummer boy. YouTube hates marijuana. See? Case in point. They'd tell me to fuck off and die. God, I'm still so full from so much chocolate. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Drummer boy, I'm doing a week tolerance break for 420. Gonna get high as I can on 420. Jesus, if you're watching this in the future, or if you happen to just join us, which would be cool, Jesus is on a tolerance break until 422. So you're not alone, my friend. You're joined by the best of us. But yeah, YouTube, they would kick me off and they wouldn't like my show and all this and that. So it is what it is. Last year I did a live stream every single day, 12 days up until 420. And then on 420, I did like I want to say like a fucking 15, 17 hour fucking live stream until I just couldn't do it anymore. My stomach hurt, my head hurt, I had a headache, and that's better. Robert, hell yeah, I like that rig. And it's a neat one. This, I'm guessing, is a knockoff too. It's a China-made whatever. Drummer Boy, hell yeah, I was there last 420. You killed it. Thank you. That's awesome. I wonder if I should shave my beard for 420 too. So it was like, we're back at 420. It's 1998 with this fucking stupid douchebag. No. Thank you. It was fun. Last year, it was a year ago already that I took a month off because I thought this whole pandemic thing was looking a little scary. Fuck. Yeah. But it was a great time. I had a lot more time. I really fucked up that time too. Last year, I was really upset. This time last year, I was in a pretty bad spot, especially on 420. So I did a 24-hour. It was a good thing that I did that. 420 was the anniversary of the girl I had broken up with, and we were together 8 years. We broke up on our 8th anniversary on 420. It was 421. So then the day after 420, we broke up after our 8th anniversary. And so last year would have been our 10th anniversary. It's already would have been our 11th anniversary, but now it's our nothing because there's nothing there. And but I was a little fucking shitted and a little bummed out. And yeah, you guys all helped me through that. So that was awesome because it took a lot of, it kind of almost ruined 420 for me. Like I said, it was our anniversary and it was like the last day before we'd broken up. So it just, I'm like, really? Why you got to ruin my favorite fucking holiday? Literally the year that happened, that we broke up. That was supposed to be the first episode of this show that I had ever done. I made this YouTube account years and years ago. So if you look, it says I've been on since 2011. But I'm like, yeah, it's when I made a YouTube account to watch YouTube videos and to comment and shit like that and to prove my age and shit like that. But I made some videos on there, but they weren't pot related. It wasn't on the show. It was just like a stupid skate video I made on like the carpet or something when I was like a teenager and shit like that. You know, YouTube was new as fuck or whatever for me. It's like 2010 or 11. A music video or something from some music I was making back then. Shit like that. But I didn't do this show and start this whole thing until it was going to be that year. So 2 or 3 years ago. It would have been 3 years almost to the day. But that night, that day, everything started falling apart, and it took me a long time. Then right after me and this girl broke up, which I was in a really, really bad spot for a long time, less than maybe 6 months after that, I lost one of my cats. Ran out the window, never got him back. I loved that cat. Those 2 losses, I mean, if I didn't have family, I just didn't want to. I don't know, man. I was really upset. I wouldn't have necessarily put a gun to my head and blasted my brains out all over the president because that would have been funny. But I definitely would have lived away with ill regard to my own life or anyone else's, especially, like I said, if I didn't have family and friends. If I didn't have those people, I just would have went shitty. So, Drummer Boy, I had a bad anxiety and depression, bro. I understand. I actually have to get my anxiety straight way too high to anxiety straight, way too high to deal with life lately. 2 dogs died in the same week. I'm fucked mentally. Uh, that's the thing with animals is like they're such a pick me up, but it comes. It's like losing a family member for me too. I've had a few animals pass away, and it's just so shitty. And I got some older animals right now, and it's rough. But you learn things every time. I did. I learned about the biggest one is like the quality versus quantity of life, where I've tried to hold on to people for too long and animals for too long and take care of them, even though they're clearly past their life being tolerable in my opinion, you know what I mean? And it makes me think about my own life and the own questions, because there's a very good possibility that me and you won't be able to verbally tell people our wishes exactly on how and when is enough, you know, and it's a murder, a mercy murder, a mercy killing at some point, you know what I mean? And when it's a blatant murder, you know, when those two lines separate, you might not be in the proper cognition to be able to tell those people, much like how your animals don't have the proper vocalization or whatever to tell you what they want. So seeing them in that position, uh, you have to start thinking about yourself and others who might be in that position as well. It's called empathy. You fucking sick bastard. Why don't you try it? No. But I learned the lesson of I tried to hold on too long to an animal and take care of them and keep them alive on IVs and like to the point where the animal no longer liked me, and I don't blame them because all I did was stick needles in them and fucking try to do things for them that maybe I pushed that too long. Um, I learned there's a time to let go, and I also learned that I rather not die in a hospital, and I rather not have my animals die at a vet. Dying at home is much better. It's much easier on everybody. Be somewhere where you love. Speaking of anxiety and shit like that, like I can get really stoned in this room if I shut up and smoke. But I could get really stoned in this room and I feel fine. But sometimes if I leave and go outside and do something, like if I'm suddenly, especially in a store, something I've never been in, looking for something or having to do something, I'm suddenly like, oh, okay, I'm uncomfortable. I don't know where I'm going. And it's getting somewhere where you don't like puts you in a state of mind that's not conducive to being relaxed. Same with when it's time to pass away, dude. I'd rather be somewhere where I'm comfortable and I can, you know, it's weird. And yes, I totally agree, bro. Says Drummer Boy. Yeah, it's a little like that. Spirit laughing. Are you laughing at that, man? That's just not cool. I jump around so much and I get so late on reading these. It could have been anything. Sandy, I think you fixed your 420s for all time last year. You processed your pain with us so honestly, and we were your witnesses. So you did it. Your 420 is clear, and Smoky. So, God, can't stop. Let's just start that one over. Sandy, I think you fixed your 420s for all time last year, bro, and I hope so. Trying to put that out there. You processed your pain with us so honestly, and we were your witnesses. So you did it. Your 420 is clear and smoky. Spin. Clear and clear. So 50-50. So 50-50 like reality. Is clear and smoky 50-50 like reality. Yeah, it's got its bittersweet notes to it, but I'm pretty good. You know what I mean? I have someone who I love. They live here. They are amazing and the sweetest person I've ever known, uh, especially to me. You know, like I couldn't ask for more. that being said, there's a lot of pain is all. When I think about my past relationship, all I feel is pain. Just really. So, I mean, is that bad? No. Because if I felt anything else, I wouldn't have ended it. But I don't know. Hope the best for people. But I don't know. That's why you move on. I think we were talking about that earlier. There's so many things. Actually, I feel like that's a reoccurring theme this evening for the 2 hours I've been on is letting go. Sometimes you gotta just know when to let go of things, and it's a really hard thing to do. But sometimes that's the only option you have, because it hurts too bad to do anything else. I was talking about my father. We were listening to some song, then watching the original Star Trek with Captain Kirk and shit like that. It was actually the pilot with Pike and whatever, and some original Star Treks just in the background and stuff. I forget what song played too. "See You on the Other Side" by Ozzy Osbourne, which was actually written by Lemmy Kilmister from Motorhead, because all of Ozzy's good solo work was. But unfortunately. But so I heard that song, which is a really interesting song because it's about losing somebody and meeting them again on the other side, as the name might imply. And I distinctly remember listening to that song with my father, and now he's passed on. I also distinctly remember sitting with my father at this Denny's. There's a Denny's right by the cemetery that my grandfather and my uncle were buried at. So it's the uncle I was named after. So you could see my name on a gravestone as well, which is a little trippy as a kid. So he would take me to this Denny's, and we would sit at the window booth. He'd always make sure to get a certain window booth because you could see the gravestones from the window. And he would point out his father's grave and the grave of the man who I was named after, his younger brother, who's 19. And he'd point those people out. I can now sit at that same Denny's and see his grave. He's buried there. So I can see their grave and his. Much like this song, it brings a weird retrospective of talking about the death. He was very into death and talking about it very openly with a fucking 10-year-old boy. He had no fucking boundaries or no restraints. But yeah, it's just interesting. And then hearing a song like "See You on the Other Side." So if you play the song "See You on the Other Side" by Ozzy, that's just something to think about if you ever hear that song again. My personal take on it. And then so I heard that song, and then I was playing that, and I was just thinking about it, and somehow I just came up with it. I'm like, wow, I was just thinking about my dad a lot. And pretty much what I was saying was, I'm like, some things you just got to let go. I'm like, I've just had to let that go because it hurts too bad to do anything else. You know what I mean? I'm like, I can't dwell on it. I can't think about it too much. I don't think about what could have been different, all these things, because it's just too painful. So you just let go. That's all you can do. Time doesn't heal things, but it gives you enough in between to think about something else. So that's all I've been doing for a long time now. Spirit. Nah, it's not so bad. Just something hopefully you'll learn from. Miss my folks and them wisdom talks we had. Yeah, no shit. Yeah. Robert. Yeah, I understand. My best friend was my grandmother's parrot. It died last October. Oh, that's terrible. Growing up, my father, speaking of which, had a red belly macaw named Casey, and he had a parrot, and he used to have it on his shoulder. Kind of looked like me with the beard and the long hair. Go figure. And he would have a parrot on his shoulder, and he looked like Byron. Awesome. Kelly, yay. Happy 420, early 420. You damn right. It's only 9:30, bro. Come on, kitty. Come here. Everybody wants to see you. Everybody wants to see the kitty. Come on. Come on. There's a kitty. Well, we can see you good with the colorful shirt I have. You can actually see him. Usually I'm in black and he kind of disappears. There's a kitty. How's our kitty? Oh, he's my best friend right here. He's a cat and a gentleman. And he wears his little tuxedo. He has his little bow tie there. All right. So this is Ziggy Stardust for those who don't know. All right. Kelly, my dog is literally flipping his shit, I'm guessing. Flipping his wig. He's just literally flipping right now. That's kind of cool. My cat is sitting right now. He likes to sit here and just look me right in the face. He's a good cat, though. All right. So we're going to spin the wheel of dabs and dab upon the wheel of fun choices. Kelly, he is super friendly and loves cats, but if you say the K word, he flips out. The K word. And then Kelly says love with a medical love. No, the K word. What's the K word? Kitty? So my dog, she is amazing. First off, she's the best dog that's ever lived. And B, she just like when she first gets in the room. Up there's the panda. He's so chill. He gets along with the dog, and he's seen dogs before. But the panda, she's right here. She's my other cat. She's very. First off, she's very sensitive and very timid and runs away, and that's the perfect thing to make a dog want to chase her. And then the dog, when she comes in a room, she just like runs in a room and like has to run to every corner and then run to the cat as fast as she can. Yep, kitty, Kelly. That's what I thought. So I mean, that combination has just made them really rough. But what was it, last Tuesday on Ganja Game Nights when I was doing a live stream, I was petting the cat and I had the dog right next to me, so I was petting them both. And that was one of the first times I've ever been able to have them do that. So it's been progress every day, live and direct. All right. So it's been good. It looks like she's discovering that there's all my little sprouts over there. Damn, I got some great sprouts. Pumpkin sprouts are going crazy. I got a bunch of pumpkins going. Pumpkins are going great. My cucumbers are going good. Everything's going pretty decent. My banana peppers and my jalapenos are just starting to come up, and they're these little tiny sprouts. It's crazy how small the seeds for peppers are and how tiny and thin the sprouts come up, and that they can do anything because they look like they're nothing. Sandy, you were able to pet the dog and the cat because of the magic of the Samorost. Yeah, no shit, which is a great game. So, speaking of which, like I said, I was thinking about for 420 doing like a double header, some double headedness. Maybe doing a Shatterdaze type live stream from maybe like noon to 4:20 or like noon to 5, somewhere like that, or maybe like 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock or something like that. Taking a break, eating dinner and shit like that, and then coming back on and doing a ganja game nights and finishing off some Samarost. Hey Zeus, I was just talking about you. Hey Zeus, I'm late to the party. Tag it in. Hey Zeus, I was just talking about you earlier. Who was it who was on a tolerance break? And I said, you're not alone because Jesus is on a tolerance break till 4:22. So if you go back and watch this video from earlier, you will be mentioned, my friend. You were mentioned. Well, Ziggy, are we going to spin that wheel of dabs? Are we spinning the wheel of dabs? I think I said I was going to and I never did it. I think that was the... Is that what happened? I think that's what happened. All right. Jesus. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, see? Yeah, you're getting mentioned and shit without even being there. You're a regular. I think I was talking about this earlier. I think I started going down this road of making a point and I never finished it, which is just as expected. I was talking about how many fans I got and all this shit. I make 5 fans a day on average. Every day for the past 2 years. 5 fans a day. I have 4,000 fans. Roughly, that's it. Baked I am, says Devin. Sounds like Yoda. Yeah, me too. Spin the wheel. Spin that wheel. Kelly, I'll try that, and going in for that for sure, 420. Tune not going. Word. I'm stoned too, so I can only translate that as easy as I can. But what I was saying, oh yeah. I'm driving on some high-grade sugar wax. Oh yeah. I got some amazing champagne wax. It's fucking like white and it's just crazy good, but I'm kind of holding on to it for special occasions right now. I think it's GMO. No, what is it? Can't remember the strain it is, but it's ridiculously good. I think it's called Alien something. There's been some good Alien strains too. I can't think of them offhand because again I'm stoned too, but Space Jill's the only one coming to mind, but there's a few good ones. Anyway, the amount of subscribers I have and the amount of constant viewers I have right there. What's wrong with my hands? What's happening? Why are they doing these things? The amount of viewers I have right there, it's perfect for really answering and getting to know people. You know what I mean? We've had a crew going for a few months now, which, don't get me wrong, it'd be great to blow up. I'd be a liar if I said I didn't wish I had 100 million, 1,000 trillion subscribers. The universe. But the numbers